Here's lesson 11 for module 4. And this one's all word problems. And so in class, this is what we're going to be working on, is some word problems. So taking a look at kind of how we've gone through word problems in the past, the idea of circling certain things, underlining certain things, seeing what really matters. I'm going to go to number 4, a little more complex word problem as an example. So Mr. Chan made 252 cookies for the annual 5th grade bake sale. And they sold 3/4 of them. 3/9 of the remaining cookies were then given to PTA members. Mr. Chan allowed 12 student helpers to divide the cookies that were left equally. How many cookies will each student get? So if we take a look at this, we know that the total number, very, very relevant, is this one right here, 252 cookies. And here's a verb. This is really important. And here is the relational material on that one. And then this one, given, is another verb. What happened to that? 3/9 of the remaining cookies. So we actually have to figure out how many were remaining. So if we think about this, we want to figure out the very first part. What is 3/4 of 252? So 3/4 of 252. And we can turn that into a fraction, right, like that. And so we know that 4 is probably going to go into this because it's even. So let's try that and see if we can kind of simplify this right off the bat. So if we're going to go 4 into 2, 5, 2, we know that 4 times 6 is going to get us close. It's going to get us to 24. 1 left over, and then now we've got a 12. 4 times 3 will get us that. 3 times 4, 12. Nothing left over, so that part's done. So we can say, we're going to cross cancel and say, oh, 4 goes into itself once. 4 goes into 252 63 times. And so now we're just going to get a whole number. And we think about this, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. So there was 189 remaining. And now we can take a look. Now we're going to go 3/9 of the remaining cookies were given to PTA. So we're going to say 3. Oh, did that say 9? Because that doesn't make sense. That would be 1/3, right? I'm going to erase my little bit of ink here so I can read this better. Sure it does. 3/9. Shall we think about making that maybe even easier and going 1/3 of the remaining? I think so. Let's go ahead and do that. We can make that a little easier. Back to the pen. So we're going to have 1/3 of 189 over 1. And we can tell by looking. 3 goes into itself once. We can do that part. 3 goes into 18. So thinking about this as a division problem, you're going to go into the first 2. That's a 6, and there's nothing left over, so then you're going to drop down your 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And so, in that case, we happen to have 63 cookies left over. 63 actually, that's how much were given to PTA. So PTA got 63 cookies out of 189. So now we have to figure out, we're going to divide those that were left equally. So there was 189. We gave that PTA. Gave. So now we have to figure out how much is left. 189 minus 63. And I know that 9 minus 3 is 6. 6, 7, 8, that's 2. 126, then we're left over for 12 students. So then if we have to figure that part out, 12 goes into 126. 12 goes into 12 once. Nothing left over. Drop your 6. Can't fit 12 into 6. And it goes in 0 times then. Here's your 0. Find the difference is 6. 6/12, which is also 2 10 and 1/2. So 10 and 1/2 cookies for each student. And there you go. So multi-step on that. So for your homework, here's what I'd like you to take a look at and work out. This one problem, lesson 11. Use a tape diagram to solve this. It didn't give you a word problem, just a tape diagram. 2/3 of 5 and a picture. Thanks. See you tomorrow.